Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of, this is not an episode, I don't have episodes, but welcome to my channel. I'm stoked you guys are here. Last week was super cool. I posted my hair video on Reddit, which I figured out I can put up here now on YouTube. But anyways, yeah, I posted on Reddit and it blew up, and I got super cool comments. You know, the majority was, yeah, it's like I didn't even teach English for 2 years, right? The majority of the comments were good comments, and even some of the bad comments, the haters, had some pretty funny comments. Like, oh man, I hate videos like this, but nice hair though. Yeah, after reading that, kind of made me miss my hair even more. So currently I'm trying to grow it out, which I'm already kind of at a good length. I'm outside right now because it's really dusty in my house and I just have to get some fresh air, and I'll go back inside and talk to you guys about 5 things I didn't know before coming to Madagascar. And there's a lot of things I didn't know before coming to Madagascar, like places like this exist. But before I get there, I just gotta breathe in some nice pollution and car exhaust, and I'll see you back inside. And we're back with another episode. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the episode stuff because I don't have episodes. But that would be so cool if one day I had episodes. So whether you're a world traveler or a future Peace Corps volunteer coming here to Madagascar, or you just got on the wrong plane and now you're here coming to Madagascar, which I don't actually think is possible because I feel like the lines and securities are pretty solid. But anyways, I got 5 things that you didn't know. 5 things that I didn't know before coming here that maybe you don't know either. So, number 1, the connection to the internet. And not just Google and stuff like that, but being able to be connected and talk with family and friends back home. One thing I didn't know before I came here was that Facebook was huge. Facebook is huge. Facebook is what most Malagasy people use to stay connected to everything. There's a plan that you can get on your phone, which is about 950 Ari a week, and you get unlimited Facebook. And 950 Ari is like 30 cents maybe. I could be wrong, but just go online and check what the currency is and you'll see. But if you're a future Peace Corps volunteer coming here, just know you will be able to talk to your family. You won't be as isolated as you think from the world outside of here. I had no idea how connected I was gonna be with my family and my friends and people back home. I thought maybe I have to send letters through Ravens like in Game of Thrones. I thought I wouldn't be able to watch Game of Thrones. I thought I was gonna miss all these awesome TV shows. I was so sad because I thought I was gonna miss these big historical events like the Super Bowl or the NCAA March Madness. Oh, like the presidential elections too. But yeah, ball is life. Yeah, so if you're worried about being able to contact family and friends back home or watch your favorite TV show, you'll be able to be connected. But if you're worried about being too connected, just lie. Yeah, so before I left, people were like, hey Kamaka, good luck in Madagascar. Don't get eaten by lions. Don't get run over by a rhino or stomped by an elephant. But number 2, well, that's actually 4. Sorry to break it to you, the movie is not real. There are Alexes here, but most of them are human. You're good here. It's pretty safe. There are things that annoy you, like rats, centipedes. They will go inside your house and wreck things. There are snakes, they aren't poisonous. I did have a black widow near my well when I was back at site, but I wasn't really worried because I figured if I got bit, I could just get superpowers and I could be like the next Spider-Man. But basically what I'm saying, there aren't any big deadly animals here. Maybe the biggest deadly animal would be the zebu, which is that bull cow thing with the hump on the back. I have been afraid of being impaled by one of those. You're walking on narrow streets and people are on their saretis, which is, I think it's one of those carts, ox carts that people go on, and these big bulls just come at you. Like, okay, not today, bull, not today. Yeah, zebu meat's pretty good. Yeah, if you're into meat and stuff. When you come here, you don't have to worry about getting eaten alive or all those crazy fears that we just make up in our head. Because when you think of Africa, you think, oh, the safari. Think of jaguars and lions. I actually don't even know the difference, like jaguar, lion, cheetahs and stuff. Feline cat. but scary ones, because the cats here, they just eat mice and rice. And speaking of rice, number 3. Before I came here, I thought another thing I was gonna miss was food. I mean, if you're from Hawaii, you know how much we love to eat food. We're always snacking, we're always eating some spam musubis, going to get some plate lunches, some bentos from all these other places. But here, I was like, man, I'm not gonna have any of that. There are a lot of different food options if you're in the city, like I am right now. There's sushi, there's Indian, what else do they have? There's Korean, there's pizza, there's hamburgers. I would have never thought that was here before I came. But on the other side of that, when you live in the countryside where there are scarce resources and it kind of just depends on the season and the crops, you can maybe only get a few vegetables, or if you're on the coast, you get a lot of fruits. So it just really depends where you live, but you can always get a good amount of things. So fun fact, Madagascar is the one place in the world that consumes the most rice per capita in the entire world. I think I just said world again, but I have to watch this over and see if I just said world again, but who cares. Madagascar eats a lot of rice. Rice is the main dish. So I'm saying a mountain of rice on a plate with just small side dish like a piece of meat or some veggies or maybe some beans to get some protein. So basically, rice is life here. But when you're in the city, you're lucky. You have a lot of these resources, even though it's more expensive. And the people who can't afford eating at nice vaza places, which is vaza is the word for foreigner, they have to eat rice and small loka, which is the side dish. Yeah, so I mean, if you're craving a hamburger, you're craving pizza, you're craving anything American, any junk food, you can get that here. I mean, there's even Nutella. Yeah, that's where all my stipend went for like the first year. First year, yeah. Number 4. Oh, I can do this. Roads here in Madagascar are so bad. I mean, Madagascar is a huge island. There's about 30 million people living here. Again, these are just things I hear, so I've never actually Googled them. Make sure you fact check it. I'm not gonna fact check, I'm just speaking. You know, I'm not really writing things down and checking. I'm just speaking from the heart, you know? I'm just like, comes from here to here to here. So I don't know if you know this, but Madagascar is the 4th largest island in the world. And because it's the 4th largest island in the world, it's really big. And because it's really big, it takes forever to get to places. Even though the roads are good on the national road, there's a lot of side roads and other places, windy roads that just aren't the best for people who get car sick. I mean, there's other forms of transportation like airplanes, but that's more expensive and most locals, even myself, can't afford to do that. So that's why we take local transportation. The main form of transportation here is a taxi bus, like a big bus where they pack a bunch of people inside. You're sitting squished like this. There's a lady next to you with a kid probably puking, and somebody else puking on your right, somebody's just puking in the back, somebody's grabbing their hat and puking in that. A lot of puking going on, a lot of sitting by animals, a lot of just getting close with people and people falling asleep on top of you, if you can even fall asleep because you're like yeah. So the roads are so bad here in Madagascar. Where I lived was only 70 kilometers away from the capital, but it took me 4 hours to get here. So the longest I've been on a bus has been 31 hours. I went all the way up north to this place called Diego to teach at an orphanage for 1 month during the summer, and that was the worst ride of my life. I was just sitting down, my guitar in front of me, between my legs, bag on top of me, just in one of these bruises and bad roads, winding, swerving, and by the time I got off, my butt was so sore. It's very uncomfortable. You'll get used to it. I've done it for 3 years and it's not that bad. But you really get to appreciate, you know, roads in America. You see a little pothole on the ground. Just, you know, maybe don't complain as much because only 16.3% of the roads in Madagascar are paved. Yeah, roads suck. Yeah, so number 5. Number 5 is the regional diversity. So let me ask you a question. When you think of an island, what do you think of? Are you gonna answer me? Whatever, then I can ask you another question. So, Most people think of islands, they think of beaches and nice tropical rainforests or something like that. At least that's what I think. I think of Hawaii because that's what I've known for my whole entire life. But Madagascar is so diverse, not just with the animals. You can go to the beach, you can go to the desert, you can go to the tropical forest, the rainforest. It's so diverse with so many different fauna and flora, so many different species of animals, endemic species, a lot of lemurs, which is one of the main attractions here for tourists coming. It's so beautiful. It reminds me of the big island of Hawaii, where you have a lot of different subclimates and different terrain that you can see as you just drive across the island. So man, Madagascar is amazing. Even though it takes a really long time to travel, if you do go out on that mission and actually travel, you will see some of the most beautiful places ever. And you could stay here for a month, 2 months, 3 months. I've been here for 3 years and there's still so much I haven't seen. If you do vacation here, you're in for a treat. That's all I can say. The regional diversity of this island is so amazing, and the regional diversity of the people. When you go to different places, you will see that people look different. If you're here in the city, more people are westernized. They wear, normal clothes like this, and they have a kind of a mix, a hapa look, which is like half. Hapa is a Hawaiian word. But if you go to the coast, more people are darker skinned. They look more stereotypical African. But it's so amazing just traveling inside this one place. You see so many different things and so many different people. I highly recommend it. I also didn't think coming to an island I'd be cold, but here in Madagascar, when it's winter, it gets so freezing cold. When I was living at site, I lived in a brick house, and it's basically like living in a cave. So just imagine that. There's no central heating, there's no insulation. So you're basically sleeping in a cave. I think last year during the winter, the coldest it's ever been, I slept with 3 blankets and a sleeping bag. It sucked. But that's life, it's whatever. Yeah, so that's about it today. I think I covered a good amount of things. I still have so much more to share. But these next few weeks I'm going to be pretty busy. Next week I'm going up north to Majanga for work because I actually have to work. I don't just vacation. I wish I could, But anyway, so it's gonna be about 10 hours to get up there. Maybe I can do another vlog, but if not, I have other things I can post just to keep people entertained, keep people coming to my channel, because I'm trying to reach that 1,000 subscriber mark. So come on, tell your friends. You just keep watching. Just tell people. I don't know, tell me how I can improve, because I wanna keep doing this. It's really fun and I enjoy sharing my life with people. Please ask questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In 2 weeks, I'll be with a bunch of other volunteers, so I'm gonna get a lot of cool perspectives on what they think about Madagascar, what they think about the Peace Corps service. We'll share some stories. Eventually, I want to go back to my old site and hang out with some locals, see what it's like out in the countryside, show you all what it's like living as a normal Peace Corps volunteer, not as a third-year Peace Corps volunteer in this big, awesome house. So that's about it for this episode. For this video. Gotta stop saying episode, but it just sounds so perfect coming out of my mouth. This is the end of this video. Yeah, so anyways, that's about it. I think I'm just gonna go cruise, maybe make some lunch or something. I don't really know. But anyways, yeah. See you next time. Ahui ho kākou.